Hi guys, and welcome my golden Astartes with me, the 40K Empress. We have a new story tonight in this live stream slash video. So, I just saw this a few hours ago. I was actually planning to react to the new Flash Gets animation, which is very brief, but I heard that it's funny. So I do also plan to do that maybe tomorrow. But you know, Warhammer is always my priority, so here we are. This is a new article, and it's with the following title: Pro-Ukraine activists try to cancel Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2 over Russian involvement as full video game leaks to internet. So last week, basically, the game leaked, yes, and it was hacked by Russian group. I'm not exactly sure if everything was proven, but that is how it seemed, and it was uploaded to also a Russian torrent site, which I tried to reach just to see how easy it is to get the game, but in order to get there, you do have to compromise your PC basically and to shut down your antivirus program. So it is dangerous, obviously. Like 500 people, at least last time that I've checked, were able to download the game, but how much their PCs were under threat or how much of them got some malware, no one knows. Now that's the first thing. Second thing, Focus Entertainment did came out with a statement. This build of the game was basically from February of this year, which means that it's still a build under construction. And I did saw other articles that were talking about how this build is buggy, it's messy, it has some missing assets, but that is completely normal because first of all, it was not supposed to be stolen in the first place, you know? So of course it's not the polished, the finished game. Whatever version of the game got gold, that's basically the current version of the game, and we're still going to get updates and all of that. So that much is clear. Now let's see this article, and of course guys, hi to everybody, sorry. In the chat I posted the poll, you can vote for it. It's going to be interesting to see the results at the end of the stream. Focus Entertainment is scrambling to stop Space Marine 2 leaks, but they're getting piled on by cancel mob. Not exactly, it's a bit over exaggeration. But anyway, the game has been in development for years. It was pushed back last year so the developers could have extra time to work on polish the game for consumers. Okay, that's perfectly fine. I don't want a buggy mess. We have discussed this before. Then probably he's gonna mention that the beta was cancelled, which I also talked about that, and it does seem that, you know, they do want to focus the correct amount of work on the game, on polishing the game, and not on the beta. The betas of all games do basically lose some resources. So, you know, you can see that the way that you want to see it, but in any case, guys, we're going to see the game just, I mean, on 9th of September, I think it was it, so like 2 months from now. And if the game is amazing, the game is amazing. If that writer, that's also identifying as another gender, as far as I understood, they are not participating in the game as much as we think that they are. So the game does have a main writer. So whatever we think that's going to be working the game, maybe, just maybe, it will not be the case after all. And if it isn't the case, we all win and the game's going to be solid. But if it is the case, in any case, we're going to find out. We're going to find out, guys. So like every article on the internet, which I'm pretty annoyed by the way, has a ton of filler. So I'm going to skip some parts of it. The entire game has leaked to the internet, and as Focus Entertainment attempts to do damage control, pro-Ukraine activists trying to cancel the game and its developers because of one employee's association with Russia, which is absolutely ridiculous because no matter what is happening, guys, every person, no matter from what country, if they have to do an honest work somewhere and still make a living, they have to do their honest work. Like, what the heck does it matter if someone is from here or there, as long as they're good in their job and as long as they, of course, are not involved in anything that's not legal or whatever. So in general, why is this an issue? Okay, the original Space Marines, one of the most beloved sci-fi shooters to come out of video games. Yeah, even by people that actually don't play Warhammer and don't know what Warhammer is. Okay, let me go like to the meat of things. Oh, here's that thing with the beta. So yeah, there was supposed to be an open beta test for the game, but that was also canceled so that developers could focus on what they need to get done on the game according to Focus Entertainment. Yes, okay, that at least is objective. He didn't try to, you know, some kind of like exaggerate the truth or whatever, which I really don't like in articles like that. Now, just 2 months before the game is supposed to be released, the entirety of the game leaked online. Many videos of the gameplay surfaced, which fans said was a little buggy. Yeah, this is this part that I mentioned. It has some awkward screens at points. That's absolutely normal. We're going to dismiss that. And here's what Focus Entertainment said. Sorry guys, there's literally something that's constantly tickling me. It's ridiculous, but yeah, some kind of a fluffy things from my puppies probably. Okay, so Focus Entertainment stated on X, "We're deeply touched by the overwhelming support we have received from our community following the leak of an old build of our upcoming game, Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2. Our teams have poured years of hard work, passion, and dedication into creating a game worthy of your hopes and expectations, and it's disheartening that many of the surprises were worked to keep secret. Wait, guys. Surprises were worked to keep secret were spoiled." That's very weirdly worded. Okay. We're saddened that this build, which will be almost a year old by the time we launch, is how some of our most eager fans will first experience Space Marine 2. Well, I wouldn't download it anyway. I mean, if I'm a real fan, and I am, I wouldn't do this to myself anyway, so just wanted to really see so I can inform you if it's really easy to get to the game, but thankfully it isn't. It's risky, it's very hard to go there, and probably depending on where you are in the world, it's not even gonna open for you. So there's that. But yeah, I wanted to just say something. It's very easy for us to just pile up on the game developers for anything really. Sometimes they deserve it, sometimes they don't. And when you're not there, when you're not working on a project for years, it's very easy to just judge something. You don't know what actually is happening in the studio. You don't know what challenges they're facing. This is also their own engine. So if they are really honest workers and really want to deliver something really, really good, and they have no direct relation and they have no direct fault, so to speak, of some of the other storylines and stuff that people don't like that are happening right now from Warhammer 40K in general. They just have to present a particular story, and that's their job to deliver the story. I mean, our reaction shouldn't be every time with the pitchforks and everything else. I really feel bad for people knowing how in these studios they really, really work hard, and what they do and what we see, those things are related, but some of the things that we don't like actually are not because of the developers themselves, but because of some other factors and higher ups and all of that. And they are just a gaming company that has been given the license to do this, but they are not GW themselves. That's what I mean. So if this game is good and it deserves to be praised, it will be. If it's not, well, it will deserve to not be praised, of course. So indeed, after research, it appears that this iteration of the game was released on February 23rd, 2024. So many months of polish could have been added to it since then. And yeah, the leaked game build is about 75 gigabytes and fully playable, including server binaries, which allows friends to play in co-op or PvP modes if they have access, which is very interesting. How do they get access? I don't know. But okay, we're getting to the main story here right now. Hi to Mr. YouTube. I mean, for example, Germans outside of Germany were attacked when the nation declared war. If I'm not wrong about that, history is a hell of a drug sometimes. Well, yeah, in general. So, let us see here. Well, it seems obvious. It would be best not to play an unpolished build of the game. Some fans couldn't wait because of all the anticipation, but others are actively trying to cancel Space Marine 2. In response to the X-Thread, pro-Ukrainian activists floated the replies to Attack Focus Entertainment, which is ridiculous. Explain what the hell is this man doing in your team? Okay, so they basically checked the guy that's, I mean, how did they find out? Okay, never mind. They found out that some guy is a part of Focus Entertainment and that he is Russian. Are you supporting his hate speech or what? I mean, I don't know what hate speech they're really referring to. Who knows? Maybe it's just in their brain. One ex-user said, posting several screenshots of a Russian programmer involved with the game, including one where he allegedly said Ukraine part of Russia, as if that in on itself is a reason to cancel Space Marine 2. Yeah, it isn't, and it's correct to an extent, to a certain extent. So it's not like he said that blue is actually red or something like that. I mean, what do you guys think? I'm going to check your comment. Hey, dear Ruth, hi from Birmingham, England. You forget my comments above it. Sorry, Mr. YouTube. Daniel, I know what you said as well. Greetings from Germany, my Empress. Oh, you're lovely. Oh yes, and I just want to quickly say a huge thank you to dear Clayton, one of my Primarchs that gifted me this absolutely amazing super chat. Thank you so much. That is actually making a huge difference, so thank you. Okay, continuing, guys. So I see what this guy said in Russian. I don't speak Russian, but of course I understand a little bit because Bulgarian and Russian are both Slavic-based languages, and we actually invented the Cyrillic or Kyrillic, depending on how you want to pronounce it, alphabet, which they are using. So I understand, of course, to certain extent. So this is what he said, indeed. Yeah, like Ukraine is part of Russia. That's how he said, but he didn't say anything wrong, unless, of course, you want to be completely offended by this. Actually, I know one guy that is half Ukrainian and half Bulgarian. And when I once said, well, are you, I mean, that was years ago, are you not basically a Russian? And he's like, absolutely not. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna push anything. I just I didn't put much thought into that. It's just a casual conversation, so I didn't mean anything by that at all. And Alexander, whoever, Shipyov, says, how come there is no country? The most real sovereign country is Ukraine, or are you an Ukrainophobe? Like, what the heck is this, man? That is ridiculous. Why actually having this conversation at all? It's just stupid, And it says informatia means information. Rendering programmer the Xenia Xbox 360 emulator and Saber Interactive Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2 showrunner X Warsaw. Follow me at my online home. Feel free to add me, but please leave a comment so I know you're not spam bot. But yeah, okay. I mean, okay, it's fine. I mean, I wouldn't think anything of it. The guy just working. He's just working, Another user said, you have got what you deserve for working with Russians from terrorist states. What? How does he know where he's living or whatever? And that he's 100% a terrorist or something like that. How will he know? I have no idea. And you get what you deserve. I mean, the guy is working, for Focus Entertainment. He's not one that hacked the game. Probably he's not, But anyway, I third concerned, throat with, third concerned, throat with, okay, but what about controversy behind one of the developers and you guys canceling beta? What about it? They decided to cancel the beta, A lot of games do have a beta and it sucks, a lot. I mean, yeah, anyway. Okay, yeah, I already read that. The attempt to cancel a Russian programmer is insane, but indicates of how the woke cancel mob always operates. A person should be allowed to have their personal opinions about their own country's war without fear of losing their livelihood because of a random foreigners trying to harass a company hiring them. Yeah, of course. I mean, if it's a talented person, it's a talented person. As long as he doesn't have like some kind of a criminal, very suspicious record behind his name. But if he doesn't, if he just wants to work and not be involved in politics, then let the guy use his talents. Thankfully, Focus Entertainment has ignored the calls or cancel their programmers. I mean, how stupid is that? Some like two people or how many people doesn't matter, wrote something, attacked someone, and if the company listens to that and decides to cancel their own people, that is on them. That is just dumb. I mean, they will be dumb. The company, that is. That would be ridiculous. So yeah, they remain focused, pun intended, on the gameplay with developers and story leads, posting designs, diaries about how they've been reading the Black Iris material. Yeah. Okay, so on that, I'm actually reading this exact book that the developers read right now. No Fear, guys. And it is really cool. I'm actually taking some notes from it because I didn't expect to find the things that I did found out in this book about Gilliman and Logar. They have an amazing conversation, actually, at least two of them. And there are some amazing moments. The moment that Gilliman found out, actually, that Logar is now betraying him in this very moment. So that's awesome. I plan to do like a separate moment to just cut that part out and to do a video about that, so we can live this moment. It is very impactful. And there's actually some other things because this book is written by Dan Abnett, and the last three Horus Heresy books that finished the Horus Heresy were also written by Dan Abnett. He has something that he is foreshadowing in the middle of the book about John Grammaticus and the Perpetual O, who has actually a vision of Sanguinius being already dead and seeing Horus and actually talking to Horus for a brief second in the vision, and also holding something in his hand, and he sees a light. So I also noted where that is. It is just so interesting because I do think that what O sees in his hand is the anathema blade, which the Emperor actually used to kill Horus. So if Dan Abnett really remembers his stuff, if he's taking notes like he should about what he wrote years ago, that is really a foreshadowing that I really did not expect to find, especially in this book. I thought that this book was about the Ultramarines and Gilliman, and I just love Gilliman, how stoic he is. But in this book, he also loses it and really starts to curse on Logar. And he's like, screw you, Logar. I'm going to get you. I'm going to skin you. It is amazing, guys. If you have not read this book, I really do want to just cut a few parts from it and make a video because it's just amazing moments. And if you have read so many books by this point, because Warhammer, maybe, I'm pretty sure actually, but maybe it's like the richest universe when it comes to the amount of book and lore that you can read, and you can totally get lost in the facts and details and amazing moments between some of the biggest characters. And that's why I'm getting so hyped and so inspired by reading some of the books. And by now I'm pretty sure that Dan Abnett is my favorite author from all of the Black Library authors so far. So yeah, the books just make me really inspired to make content in general and to love 40K for what it is, not what people now think that it is. But it's not yet. We can still fight. It is not lost, this battle. So yeah, just a side note, guys. Okay, reading your comments. Martin, hey to you. Hey Empress and Chad. And dear Clayton says, indeed, the man is working an honest job, doing his part, shouldn't be harassed simply because he is Russian. And Geek Akuba, hail Empress. Thank you. So, guys, yeah, I mean, another example, we do have Russian stores here from a few years ago. I mean, long before the war have started, and they have really quality stuff. I mean, they do. Usually, Bulgarian and Russian goods, butter, milk, meat, whatever, they're really, really quality, especially when you compare them to other countries where the food is kind of deprived from taste, especially tomatoes and fruits, some types of cheese. We have original Bulgarian white cheese here that it's only here, this kind of a cheese. The Greeks have feta cheese, which is similar, but still not the same. They have totally different taste. They look very similar, but they have totally different taste and texture, and so on. So we have declined in quality through the years because of everything that is happening. Fortunately, everyone are trying to cut corners with the quality, and so what you can eat now is not very reminiscent of what you could have eaten here 20 years ago. 20 years ago, you can smell the salamis and all of those things from like 2 meters at least away from the store, but now there's nothing like that. But the Russian stores, they actually, try to keep more of their quality compared to our quality. I mean, still some of the Bulgarian products are really, really good, but not as much every time on the extent that the Russians were able to keep their quality. So to me, when I get something from their store, I'm like, wow, this chocolate, for example, this tastes like my childhood. And I really cannot get anything like that from our chocolates. Like almost nothing, which is very sad. And it's very it's very interesting. I once tried Hershey's for the first time, and that was American, of course. It says that it's made in America, actually, on the other side of it. And I'm like, really, that's made in America and it's just imported here? Okay, that's great. So I tried Hershey's. It tasted like nothing almost. I'm like, what is this? Is this a chocolate? Why did they give so much money for it? I mean, it wasn't that much, but it's just not worth it. But when you try like a Russian chocolate, it's totally different story. Even if you try, sorry, I hit the mic. Even if you try a plain Bulgarian chocolate, it's still gonna be 10 times better than Hershey's, let alone the Russian chocolate. Like, seriously. So, because of all of this that is happening, because of the war, does that mean that I should not go and buy products from this store who and those people are just living here, they're just supporting themselves. It's not like it's a huge chain and I'm supporting the war or anything. Just those people are just trying to make a living here. That's the thing. And their products are one of a kind. There's really one of the products that are really like nothing that I have seen, and they're just amazing. They're high in protein, exactly what I need for my training. The milk is amazing. Other things, the ice cream is low calorie but very delicious. Like those things, very hard to find, especially in the big companies like Nestle or whatever. Am I supposed to support Nestle because they're a piece of work when you go back in their in their history, what they have done to humanity? It's absolutely horrible. So it's better to to just get what it is affordable and quality, and that's the only thing that matters in this context, so to speak. Support your farmers. They're a nation life's blood. Yeah, and our farmers as well. Whenever we can, we also do that. There are some old people that make honey and they try to sell it, and it's the best honey ever that you can ever try. In the store, whatever you can get, nothing compares to that, really. If you can just get the honey that someone made with love, that is where you should get your honey. Yeah, totally support those people. D. Root says lived on Bulgarian sausage and cheese for a week. Wow, snowboarding there. Best time in my life. Haha. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. Well, yeah, we have a lot of kinds of sausages as well. And wukanka, which I'm not sure what is the equivalent of wukanka in any other country. Maybe like beef jerky, but no, it's different. It's different. It has a bit more fat in it, but it's one of the most delicious things, especially if you get the best ones. Just absolutely delicious. Okay, guys, let's not talk about food. It's almost midnight here. I'm 6 minutes away from midnight. So this is going to be it about the story. Of course, let me know what you think in the comments. If you'd like to support me in the Slaanesh site, where I don't do Slaanesh things and I only teach people, you can do that. It is down below, and I'm going to tell you I'm making there like maybe 6 or 4 videos a month, sometimes 5 videos a month, it depends. But for example, I have suggested topics from fans there, and the 2 topics of this week are first how to prevent hair loss and how to actually protect your skin from aging by 50%. And that's all scientific and methods that are absolutely proven and super easy to apply. So those are some of the things that I'm actually teaching there in the Slaanesh side that I'm actually using for good. So of course my fitness updates and fitness updates of what I'm doing fitness wise also are there. So yeah, guys, that is it. And thank you so much for watching. Hopefully we can see each other tomorrow and react to that Slash Gets Fun animation. So yeah, love you guys. With me, the 40K Empress. Have a good night's sleep, and of course, have a successful new week. Bye bye.